Alrock 30-06 here. Just a video for new hunters that are getting the game. Here's a little video to show what kind of clothes and gear you should buy when you first start hunting. Here's my clip. So the next thing you want to do is buy your clothes and your gear for hunting. If you're going to go hunting with a rifle, shotgun, or crossbow, and you're going to be taking far shots, one thing I do recommend is a adjustable bipod or tripod that adjusts from standing position all the way down to a sitting position for when you kneel or sit down on the ground. It's really good for when you're hunting where there's long grass and you want to take a stabilized shot at a far distance. So I do recommend buying one of these if you are going to be hunting with rifle, shotgun, or crossbow. It's a great thing to have. Furthermore, you may want to think about mounting a bipod on your rifle if you are hunting where there isn't any grass and it's easier to carry when you do have that. So those are options that I have for your hunting equipment. Next thing you need to know when you do hunt for big game is you need orange, a vest or an orange shirt with an orange hat. That is a rule by the ministry for safety reasons. So you do need to buy orange when you are hunting for big game with a rifle or shotgun. Okay, so here I got an insulated vest. This one I wear when temperatures are cold. I usually put it on top of like a light jacket or a hoodie or something. And as the day goes on and it gets warmer outside, then I'll take this off and put a lighter vest on. So here I'll show you other options here. This is an orange hoodie, okay? So I usually wear this orange hoodie when it's not really hot or cold out. It's kind of like in between temperatures, between hot and cold, like warm. So this is what I wear, is like an orange hoodie, okay? And then you have a camouflage hoodie you can wear also. And if you are hunting for big game, you just put like a light vest on top. So that's what I have here, is a light vest. It's very thin in material, has pockets on it too, which is nice. And so when temperatures do increase and it's really warm outside, I'll wear like a thin long sleeve shirt or t-shirt with this to be comfortable. Which brings me to my next point. When you are hunting, you want to do what's called layering. You never want to sweat or be too cold. So you never want to be too hot or too cold, where you're too hot and you start sweating, or you're too cold and you're cold. Because if when you're out hunting, moisture is your enemy. So you always want to try to keep warm and dry and comfortable. Because if you do sweat and get all your clothes all moist and stuff, and the temperature drops, you can start getting cold and freeze really quick. So and then even though you put layers back on, you will have that moisture inside, and it's hard to keep warm and comfortable once you have moisture. So when you do go shopping for clothes, you want to keep in mind you want to do layering. So remember, when it's too hot, you layer down, and when it's too cold, you layer up, okay? So next thing you want to do is purchase gloves. Keep your hands nice and warm and dry. You buy your hoodies and shirts and t-shirts. Here I have what's called a camouflage winter jacket for sub-zero temperatures. So a lot of times when I am hunting for moose up north, I do end up wearing this jacket here, and then I put on my insulated vest on top, and the morning starts at say -10, and then sometimes by the afternoon it's like +20. So I end up being in that thin vest I showed you with a t-shirt. So that's what I'm talking about with layering, okay? Also, you need a rope, good quality rope. Don't cheap out. Buy a really good quality rope. It can help you in different scenarios that you may come across. One I can tell you, I used a rope one time I had to tie the legs open on a moose to be able to cut the stomach open to get the contents of the stomach out, to field dress it without the legs getting in the way. So it's just one example how a rope can come in handy, or getting the game out of the field is another thing. Many uses for a rope, and it's always good to have one. So I always recommend having a rope. Here, you have your hat, like I was telling you about. Okay, this one here is camouflage for when I'm bow hunting, and then when I am hunting with shotgun or rifle, see, for big game, there's my orange hat. So when you do hunt for big game, you have to have an orange hat and an orange vest or shirt on. Okay, just remember that. Also, wool socks. I would buy wool material, even with your clothes. If you can buy wool, it's a great option. Wool, what it does is keeps moisture away from your skin and keeps you warm and dry. When it's really cold, I double layer my socks to keep me warm and dry on my feet, because usually my feet's the first thing to get cold. So you want to take care of your feet and wear proper footwear. These are wool socks, and that's what I recommend. Also, this one here is called Heat Pro, and those are great to buy too. It has a certain fabric and stuff that helps keep your feet warm and dry. Another thing I would recommend is a rangefinder. A rangefinder is imperative, especially in bow hunting. You got to range your animal to know which pin site you're going to use when you're, say, compound bow hunting. And with crossbow, you got to know how to use your scope and how to range the animal with your scope. And of course, with rifle, when you're shooting an animal further than 100 yards, you have to be able to gauge the animal and know the distance to use your optics properly on your rifle or shotgun. Here, when I'm in the deep woods especially, I carry what's called a survival blanket. It doesn't take very much room. You put it inside your bag. What it does is it insulates your heat, reflects your heat inside the blanket, and keeps you dry from the elements if it's rainy outside. So it's a great thing to have. Also, like I like to put like protein bars, water, stuff that keeps for a long time. In case you get stuck in the woods and you have like food in your bag to keep you going for a couple of days. Also, this flashlight here is a head-worn flashlight. You put it on your head. It's good for when you have your hands full carrying gear in the woods, especially, say, for example, first thing in the morning when it's dark, you're going to your stand. It keeps your hands free and helps guide your way to your location that you're going to hunt in the morning. Regular flashlights too, you can put that in your bag. It's another good thing to have as a backup. Also here, as you can see, I got a compass. I usually have that with my map. So the map I'll put inside a Ziploc bag, and then I'll have this compass as well somewhere. Especially if I get lost, I can navigate my way out by looking for landmarks with my map. But you need to learn navigation skills for that to be useful. So that's something you need to learn if you are going in the deep woods to hunt and there's a chance that you can get lost. Also, a fire igniter, flint and lighter and matches, stuff you want to lock in a Ziploc bag in case you fall in the water. So that stuff can keep dry and be able to ignite when you need it. Also, a good idea is to have cotton balls in a Ziploc bag that's been dipped in animal fat. That would use as an igniter and help light up kindle, especially if it's moist from the elements. It will help get your fire going. Masks are good. This one here is meant for duck hunting. You can use it for turkey as well. So it covers your whole head and your face. So the sun doesn't reflect your skin, especially if you have oily skin. And I also use it for deer hunting sometimes because it keeps your scent locked in. There's another mask I use when I'm deer hunting with like a baseball cap. So it's good to wear a mask over your face, especially if you have a beard, because all the particles from, like, say, dead skin cells or stuff in your beard goes in the air. And deer, what they do, for example, they'll lick their nose for particles to go on their nose so they can smell the particles. And it's a good way of getting scent busted. So another preventive measure from being scent busted by big game. Also, see here is Scent Away. There's other products you can use to spray your clothes that take scent away from your clothes. It gives you a bit of an advantage from not getting scent busted. Also, here I got insulated coveralls. It's water resistant. It repels rain. Of course, if you fall in water, it's a different scenario. But if it's raining outside, it will keep you dry and warm. Use this during minus temperatures. It's a great thing to have is insulated coveralls or a snowsuit maybe. You know, if you're in those frigid areas where it's very cold outside, that's a good thing to have in your on your list for shopping. Here I have long johns. So this is like, you know, if it's like just minus 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees, 10 degrees, instead of wearing those coveralls over there, you can wear this underneath your pants. It's an extra layer that keeps you warm, keeps your body heat locked inside. So, and if you're a type of person that can't handle the cold, even if it's +5, you can wear these to help you keep warm. And that way you can stay out longer in the field and be comfortable. And then I recommend cargo pants. Cargo pants are great for, you know, just storing more stuff and keeping things accessible. You can put things in your pockets on your pants. So I do recommend cargo pants when you're out hunting in the woods or anywhere for that matter. Another thing you need is containers for your ammunition for safe storage, and ammunition, of course, for your rifle or shotgun. Here is what you call a spotting scope. You can also get a good pair of binoculars. This one here is not the greatest quality. I'm probably going to upgrade, but if you're on a budget, you can start with a low-grade spotting scope and then work your way up and buy a better quality one later on. Here I got a 7-inch knife, but you want at least a 6-inch knife on your belt at all times. If you're in bear country, a good backup thing in case something goes wrong with your firearm to protect yourself is bear spray. I do recommend that. Or if you're using a caliber that's too small for a bear and you are in bear country, you know, bear spray is a good option to have. Here is what you call a Swiss Army knife. It has all the things you need, like a screwdriver, Phillips Robertson, scissors, you know, knife, so on and so forth. You have that in here in case you need to fix something in your gear or in your kit. So it's always good to have like a little Swiss Army knife, pocket knife as well as backup. This is a harvesting kit. You know, you want like a bone saw, you know, blades to use to cut and skin the animal. Also, if you're near like your truck or your base, it's good to have a sizzle if you can get the animal back to you know, your camp where you took the animal down near your camp or your truck. You can use a sizzle that's in your truck instead of a bone saw, which will save you a lot of time and effort. So I do carry a battery operated sizzle for instead of using a bone saw, I'll use a sizzle. Here I got a vest. I use that a lot for turkey hunting or duck hunting. See, you can put your shells in there. Has a lot of pockets for use as well. And in the back it has like a storage area for like when I go grouse hunting. You can put it in the pocket. Here I have rain gear. So it's a jacket and pants. You know, especially if I'm in the deep woods, I will store that in my bag. So if I do get wet, I can change into that. Or if it starts raining, I can put it on. It'll keep me warm and dry. So that's something like I do, is keep rain gear in my bag in case it does start to rain, and to keep me warm and dry. I'll put that on top of my clothes. or if I do fall into a river or a lake and get out, then I take my wet clothes off, put it in like a plastic bag I have, and put all my wet clothes in there, and then put the rain gear on. So here we get to footwear. This is very important. I always recommend getting good quality stuff. It doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be good quality. So if there's a chance that you're going to be in an area where there's a lot of moisture, like say a swamp or something along those lines, I would get knee-high insulated rubber waterproof boots. That would be my first option. If you can't afford to buy both, like, you know, say like Irish Settler waterproof ankle-sized boots for comfort for walking like in short grass and stuff, and rubber boots, I would buy the knee-high rubber boots if there is a chance that you can be hunting in a swamp area. But if you do know you're not going to be in an area like that and you rather have more comfort, then buy a good pair of Irish Settlers. A lot of these boots are rated for certain temperatures, so see the temperature rating on these boots. But yes, if you are in an area, again, I have to reiterate, where there's a lot of like rivers, lakes, and swamps, I would go rubber over boots like these Irish Settlers for that reason, to keep your feet warm and dry. And that's where you wear your wool socks inside to keep you warm and dry. Also, you know, hats are important. More comfortable hats, keep sun out of your eyes and stuff. Sunglasses is another thing you may consider. And other things I don't have here, but depends on what you're hunting for. You may have to put it as part of your kit too. So, I mean, that's just the base of what you need when you do go out hunting to consider. There is other things you have to consider as well, but you do have to make sure you have the proper gear, and it all depends on what you're hunting for and where you're going to go hunting. Obviously, you don't need all this stuff if you are just hunting, say, in a farmer's field near your house or on your own property. But if you are going in the deep woods, this is stuff, you know, I would consider packing in your bag. Also, you know, you could consider having a tarp as well. If you have to make a makeshift shelter overnight, is another great idea. So those are things to think about. So that concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said before in other videos, just want to help people that were out in my situation that are first-time hunters. I know it's overwhelming, so that's why I'm doing this YouTube page. If you like the information I'm sharing with you and you find it informative, please subscribe and like my video. And I'll be looking forward to giving you more information on how to start out hunting. All right. God bless everybody. Have a great day. Lots of luck. Bye-bye.